put that stuff back in there. I'm actually going to unload this right in front of you. This is the Janji Ultrahauler Supertote. I am still here in the Sawtooth. I just dropped off my daughter and my wife. They got picked up. The route out is clear for the travel trailer, but a little bit questionable. We have a single axle and they're moving some heavy machinery up over here. I think Bear Creek, they're gonna smooth out a little bit bumpy, but I think I could do it today. But I'm gonna hang out for an extra day or so and go for a run over this way today. This will be part 2 in my Nike ACG Zagama. Also got my Creepers toe socks in here. They did clear out that mudslide area pretty quick. If you watch my flash flood video, that was yesterday morning. It is the next day in the afternoon. They had a huge bulldozer back there and that little backhoe claw thing to kind of move around the big stuff, and then they smoothed it right out with that huge bulldozer. So I think they're gonna do, there's one more bridge over here that is pretty passable. You can drive over. I saw a few travel trailers go through, but it's a little bumpy and lumpy. So I'll bet they're gonna pull the big machinery out and smooth that a little, so it'll be a little easier and a little less scary for those that aren't used to like towing stuff over that kind of bumpy terrain. So this is a 40-liter tote here. I've been using this more or less as a day-to-day bag going in and out. I've been using a backpack prior to having this one, and it's just a little tricky, like putting stuff in the top, and it actually has a backside opening, but it's not as easily useful as this one is being a tote. You can see how wide open it is. I can just kind of like pile things in here. There's plenty of little pockets that we're gonna look at, and I'm generally using this as like a day-to-day trail running bag. Head out of the house, just pile stuff in there, throw it on my shoulder, head out to the car, and get going on the run. So being that I had to kind of rush them over there because their friend was taking a long drive to pick them up a little earlier, giving me this extra, say, day or so here. So we're rushing, and I was just like throwing stuff that I had back in our camper in here because I know I'm gonna do part 2 of the run in this shoe, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna wear, wasn't sure what I was gonna take. It was kind of like just a big kind of rush. I'm also, since I had to drive them out on the road, I'm gonna explore a new route today. There's a Wapiti trail that goes somewhere back up there, so I won't be in my usual Sawtooth routes. The campground is a little bit of ways back that way, so typically I'll just run over there because the Grand Jean trailhead is over there. I never really come this way, even though I know a trail is over this way, but since I had to drive back and forth, I figured might as well explore it today. Oh, here comes the big boy. Yeah, so he's definitely got that plow thing down, which is great because I just went up and back over that little hump. There's a concrete bridge, and before and after, they definitely had another less severe mudslide over there, but it's really channeled out and pretty bumpy. So when I eventually do head out of here with the trailer, that should make it a lot better. Where were we? Let's just unload this. 40 liters. Got a good amount of stuff in here. It's great because you could also zip it up on the top too. So if you want to make sure everything stays in here, this would be an absolutely great airline travel bag. If you travel with just a carry-on, they do actually have the, which side is it on? This side. So put this on your luggage just like that. Super fun. Let's check what I got in the zipper pocket. This is secure items. Brought my wallet. Oh, this is where I put my essentials. Coros heart rate monitor, stride pod 5.0. Let's go around the side. There's a couple things there. Oh, I have my gloves. Too hot for these this trip, but this is kind of like a bottle holder. Zip it around here. I did bring some water. It is hot. Save that for later. Come around the other side. This, you've got the mesh area there. Pretty big, extends all the way up here, so you can definitely stuff things in there. If I had more time, I would have brought a fresh pair of clothes. I'm gonna run in this, or we'll see what else I've got in here. Post-run, awesome to have this nice mesh area. You're sweaty, wet, muddy, dirty stuff. Keep this on the outside, away from everything else. Stuff it in this mesh area, and I assume you can just kind of like hose it down if it really was funky, and that would just kind of come out the outside here. You do have some little hooks here if you needed to clip anything on here. That is thoughtful and handy. Shoulder strap here. Let's see what I got. Okay, I've got an Ultraspire Alpha vest here, 6.0. I was going to run in this the other day when the storm started rolling through, so I had to actually abort a run. I have a bunch of nutrition in here. I'll figure out what I need on this one. Wasn't sure if I was going to wear my Patagonia lightweight slope runner, because I was thinking I may run with a lightweight vest plus a belt today, just for kicks. Got the Dara belt that you saw in my part 1 video with these ACG Zagama here. Also have another option here, similar in capacity. This is the new Ultraspire Lightning belt. I've had 1 or 2 runs in this one. I've been kind of focusing on this one because I thought I did receive this one before this one. So in the interest of fairness, I figured I'd start off with this one. But they're similar in capacity, different features here, but that means I'll probably try this one out today. Got a ski goggle case. This is what I typically put my camera in on the run. This is a scratch in here, just a mix. I wasn't sure if I had anything mixed. I did bring a jug of water separately, although I probably could have fit that in here. Radical Airflow. I think I am going to try this out today. Radical Airflow cap, although I kind of still want to stick with my bucket cap today. Selfie stick. This is my glasses case. Bolle Striver, which I am wearing. This is another little case. I keep my little electronics in here. Oh, this is a mix here. This is a gel mix, carbonic. I picked this up at TrailCon. They make gel, kind of like flow gel, similar to what Precision Fuel and Hydration does, but they do it in compostable packaging, which is very interesting. So this was in a packet about yay big, and you mix it up, I think, to about 250 ml, and there is 180 grams of carbs in this gel flask here. By the way, this is a Death March Running Company gel flask. You might have seen some of their soft flasks in my Rossignol Vercors video. I also have a seat cover there, so I did not bring a pair of dry clothes, so I have the Death March Running Company seat cover there ready to go, because I'm going to be making the drive back nice and sweaty, which is something that does often happen. So this is going to come along with me on the run. I probably won't need to bring any of those bars or gels or whatever I have in that other vest, being that this is 180 grams here. So in that carbonic pack, there's 2 servings, each at 90 grams of carbs, and the full packet mixed 180 grams total with 250 ml. I think I made this a little runny. I think this is more than 250 ml, but it's thick, you know, but liquidy, more liquidy than a gel, but obviously not like a drink mix. I bought this Hydro Pack. This is a Hydro Pack 1 liter, kind of squarish flask. A lot of times when I go running, I like to keep, you see me using that soft flask in the lower back area. That's why I like both of these vests. Has a kangaroo pouch here. Also the kangaroo pouch here in this Alpha 6 vest. I like that because I'm filming and I have the mic up front. And you probably noticed it maybe in the Rossignol video when I did have the gel flask, not the gel flask, the soft flasks up front. The water sloshes around a lot, and it's just like in the video makes a lot of noise. So I figured on a day like today where it's hot, I may go on a long run, I'll just throw a liter in the back somewhere, and it's plenty of time enough for me to make a stop here and there and kind of maybe refill something smaller in the front, or just like drink out of this along the way. So we got that. I've got these I brought along. This is my trip pack. So we packed up the travel trailer. We have some little cubbies for clothes and stuff like that. So I put all my clothes, or a lot of my different clothes, in there. And this was like my running gear bag when we left the house. So I threw in obviously the scratch here. This is Precision 1000. A couple of packs in there. This is a gel flask, which I didn't wash yet. So maybe I'll bring, this is the Dara flask, actually, the one that goes with that one. Didn't clean it yet. Just going out the main compartment here, by the way. This is my little camera equipment bag, PGY Tech. Just use this for my action cam and little accessories. Garmin InReach. Got a pen and a notepad. Obviously did not make any notes for this video here. I was gonna write something, but I think I'm good on my ACG Zagama information here, my watch here. So inside here, I'm just pulling things out here. You have two inner side pockets, which you could use for bottles and stuff like that. This is another, what do I got in here? This is a Raid little handy bag, and I have a bunch of gel stuff here. All stuff you can get on thefeed.com. I have a 10% link. Check that out, 10% off every order. Enervit Carbo Chews. These are very tasty. I think there's 30 grams, and this is a very small pack. I like the orange flavor the best because it just goes down easy. Science and Sport, orange caffeine. I tend to like orange flavors. 75 milligrams caffeine. This is not as thick as their typical SIS gels and goes down pretty easy. Amac X fruit juice here. This one gives me a little bit of a gobby taste in my mouth. Not crazy about this one, but it was on sale. Feed always has stuff on sale, so sometimes I'll just browse there, and you know, if I'm going on long runs or hikes or trips or whatever, you know, a lot of times carbs is just carbs, so it's good to have like a cache of cheap carbs and then the ones that are like your go-tos for race situation and everything. So this was just something I tried out. Not crazy about it, but it was on sale and it was cheap. Another one of these Carbo Chews here. And these are the GU Liquid Energies. Passion fruit, orange, guava. I think I had this or these in another video. These are super handy. These are like really like liquidy. So if you need a quick shot of carbs and maybe your mouth is a little dry, not necessarily keen on taking a sticky gel, you can suck these down pretty good. So this is my pack here of extra carbs. Not sure what I'll need here out of that, but if you look in here, you got two packs on the side here. This one has a button clasp, and then you have in here, what is this? This is an extra baggie. This is an extra Norda shoe bag in case I need to bring home wet muddy shoes and stuff like that. Pack of band-aids, spare CEP socks. Always good to keep spare socks in a bag. You never know when you're gonna forget running socks. So you got this snap button on one side, and then you have another snap button here, so you have good separation, good large tall separation on both sides of the bag. What is this? Oh, this is my Broken Arrow Nomadics sweat towel. Maybe use this later, could be fun. And inside of one of those panels you do have like a full length kind of zipper pocket, so if you wanted to keep some of those. Do I have anything in here? No, that was just a towel. So if you want to keep your wallet and some other whatever little things from getting around or out or mingling with other stuff, you can zip that stuff up separately. One thing I do not have is they have that fold out changing pad. So if you needed to change in like an area like this in dirt and mud and kind of rocky areas, and you're changing into fresh shoes, they have like a foamy kind of fold open standing pad. I actually took that out and left it in the other car since I don't really use that too much, but potentially sometimes I just didn't want to have it in the bag all the time. I'd rather just like throw my run gear and stuff in there, but I did leave it in the car, so it is handy to have at certain times. I think that's about it for the Ultrahauler Supertote. 40 liters here. It's a ton here, and we see all this stuff. I had plenty of room for more. This is just what I jammed in there, so I highly recommend this. I've been looking for a tote bag. I've actually been using like canvas shopping bags because we have them hanging in the front porch. So typically when I'll go out, I'll throw like my camera stuff, I'll throw my bottle, I'll throw my wallet, I'll throw maybe the InReach, and I'll load up one of my vests and I'll throw it, and I'll just use like just a regular grocery shopping bag. And that's what I've been doing, literally. So this is obviously a huge upgrade. I love it. Forget those shopping bags. I'm gonna leave them there, and this is gonna be my day-to-day running bag. Probably see it in other videos. Last thing to mention here, this is a bug flew in my mouth. No, something on my leg. This is the Janji Snappy Tee here. I don't think I'm gonna run in it today, although you did see it in my Alaska video. I'm gonna test out the radical airflow a little bit today. I have been wearing it. Today, we stopped by the pool with my daughter, just walking all around. This is like one of my favorite shirts, not just a running shirt, I think of all time. I've got 3 of these adventure shirts. You've seen my fractal one, the orange and white one. I've got one from Rourke, which is like a bit of a lighter color. And I think this is my favorite just because I think the color is great. It's great for running. It's great for like adventure, travel, summertime, anything. Like you could like go out in this shirt, I think. You know, if you're going, especially like some kind of summer activity, like a barbecue or something like this is not out of place. And I love that there's not any kind of huge logo anywhere. Maybe somewhere around here there's a logo, but I can't see one right now. Normally if you plaster like a huge brand logo on it, it makes it a little less usable for some casual situations, or, you know, if you care about that kind of thing. This one has snappy buttons too, which I think are fun. Fit is great, stretchy, breathable. I love this. I mean, this is like running, it's great, and just like hanging out, it's great. So I'm gonna change out of that into this one. Thank you for tuning in to this little Ultrahauler roundup here, a little bit of apparel and gear, stuff like that, what I'm taking out or giving myself as far as optionality for a day out on some unseen rugged scenery out here in the Sawtooth. Tune in next time for part 2 of the ACG Zagama video. That is what I'm off to film and run right now. So I'll see you over in that one.